Good morning. I'm going to see if anyone jumps on here. Okay, so we're going to come to our mat. We're just going to sit in a seated position this morning. Just sit in a seated position with your legs crossed, or you can sit in lotus pose, just crossing one or half lotus the other. If you are used to using some props, you can have blocks if you have them at home, or you can have books, or for like a bolster or something, you can have pillow. So whatever works for you. Just sitting tall, low belly sort of engaged, pulled in and up, stretch the crown of your head, and keep your shoulders relaxed. Just take a moment here and just find stillness, relaxation. Bring to your mind a few things that you're very grateful for this morning. Take a moment of gratitude as we sit in this space. Really how truly blessed we are to wake up and do yoga. Lots of craziness going on in the world, and yet still we rise. Very gently bring your arms over your head sideways on an inhale. Fingertips stretch up. And on an exhale, release. Hi, Chandra. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, release. Do one more. Inhale, bring the arms up. Belly in, fingertips stretch you up. Let's bring it over to the left. Left arm goes down, right arm stretches over. Keep your chest lifted. Let's round the right shoulder back, keeping the belly in. And inhale, arms back up. Right arm drops, left arm stretches over. Keep belly in. Left shoulder rolls back and look up. And back up. Lengthen. We're just going to very gently lean forward. So you can bring your hands down. Because we are just starting and may or may not have been out of the bed too long, just be careful of that low back. Just bring your fingertips forward and very easy stretch right here. Way down into the hips, the low back. And gently just walk your hands back. And we're going to bring the knees together. Give yourself just a squeeze around the knees, forehead touches. And then we're going to come to the mat, tabletop position. So arms, palms underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. And we're just going to warm the body up. Do a few cat-cows, and then we're going to roll the body to the right and left. So bringing chin to chest, pull the belly in, pubic bone towards your face. Chin to chest, look at the belly button. Spine stretches up to the ceiling. And let's release, belly down, hips high, chin up, shoulders away from your ears. Again, round the spine, pull belly in. Really stretch the back up and drop, chest rises, chin up, hips high, 2 more. Chin to chest, round the spine. Pubic bone towards the face. Pull the belly button up. And drop belly, chest rises, shoulders back, chin up. And 1 more. Round, belly in. Really pull the pubic bone forward. Feel that stretch in the low back. And come back to a neutral position. We're going to start going to the right as we warm up a little bit more of the torso. So just right rib cage out, drop belly, and left over. Going into a circular motion. As you come back up, make sure you're pressing the back up to the ceiling. And as you go down, belly to the floor. And we're going to start moving a little bit forward and backwards, getting the shoulders and hips involved. So just a circular, organic motion all through the body. And then we'll stop in the center. We're going to go in the other direction. The left rib cage out, and then we go to the right. And let's stop in the center. So just going back to your heels, just sit gently for just a moment. We're going to warm up the wrist this morning. So for your down dog, throwing our wrist a lot, or maybe you've been doing some things in the yard, or any of your other yoga practices, let's just warm up the wrist by rotating. We're going to rotate out. And then let's rotate in. All right, bring your palms to the floor. Turn your hands toward you. Just be careful here. And we're just going to stay here for a moment. You probably already feel this. And then lean back just a little bit, and you will feel it pretty quickly. Alrighty. We're going to bring the palms back forward and just lean a little bit more forward. Okay, and then let's now place the palms, palm up, one at a time here. And then you're just going to lean back. You're now stretching the top of the wrist. And let's flip that palm back over. Other hand, palm is up, lean back. Have an interesting kind of stretch. And let's bring palms back to the floor. We're going to press up to our first down dog here. So just find yourself right in your tabletop position. Flip your toes and just gently press up to your first down dog. Hips go high. Stretch out of your arms. Chest to thighs. So again, feel this here this morning, just what that feels like. Body's waking up. You can paddle your feet. Bending one knee and the other. Maybe rotating the hips a little bit. And then just come back. Heels press down to the mat. Stretch out of your shoulder blades and let your chest fall to your thighs. Right leg, stretch it up and back. So lengthen through the right toes. As you're here, let's go ahead and rotate the ankle over to the right and then over to the left. Stretch through the toes. Bring your right foot down. Left leg stretches up and back. Lengthen. And rotate that foot to the right and to the left. and both feet back down. Stretch back through the hips. We're going to bring the gaze forward and gently just walk to the top of your mat. And fold your upper body down onto your thighs. Let your head relax. Slowly, very gently roll all the way up. Ragdoll yourself. Pull the pubic bone forward. And then stack vertebrae, one on the other. And let your chin come off the chest last. So now you're at the top of your mat. Palms together, hands to heart center. Let's inhale, bring the arms out and wide. Inhale, arms up, belly up. Exhale, fold, flat back all the way down. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Stretch the fingertips. Exhale, fold. We're going to do this a few times. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Stretch the fingertips, bend the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Bend the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Do it twice more. Bend the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Here's our last one. Bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Put the palms onto the mat here. Let the head relax. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Find your high plank. We're just going to hold it here for a moment with the high plank. Engage everything here. So belly in. Make sure your thighs are tight. Stretching through the crown of your head. On our first chaturanga, we'll bring the knees down. Shift weight a little forward. Elbows come in. And then slowly you lower down for your first chaturanga. And you can come right all the way to the floor. Leave your palms where they are. Squeeze your elbows into the body. Make sure your thighs are tight and lift up for a baby cobra here. Lift up the crown of the head to the ceiling. And let's relax down. Roll your toes. We're going to press back into down dog. To press up and hips back. Keep the belly in. Right leg stretches up and back. Lengthen. Flex the foot, bend the knee, and let the right heel fall behind you. So we're opening the right hip. Keep stretching out of the right knee. As you keep light in the hands, keep the space in the hip, and the right hip opens. Look forward. We're going to step all the way forward, coming into a lunge. So be careful here. Step where you can, and then bring your foot up. If you need blocks beside of you, use your blocks. We're going to bring the left knee down and sink the hips forward. If you have your blocks or your books and you need them, go ahead and put those beside of you. But just stay here a moment, pulling the pubic bone forward. We're going to heel toe the right foot over. So bring your right hand inside, heel toe the foot over to the right. Chest stays lifted, and we're holding ourselves up with our hands. Leaving your left hand down on the mat, press your right knee away from you. And look a little to the ceiling. Keep belly in. We're going to come back to center. Stay here for just a moment, keeping the hips pulled forward. Now we're still, again, just beginning. Take your pubic bone and just, your pelvis is going to tilt forward towards the wrist and lift chest more. See how that creates space in the hips and through your low back. Again, pulling the pubic bone forward towards the wrist. Now from here, we're going to come down. So if you need your blocks, grab them. Left elbow is going to be easier, and you can stay here. If you can bring your right elbow down, we're in a full lizard here. Keep stretching back through the left leg and sinking into the right hip. Making sure that your knee, your right knee, doesn't extend too far beyond your right toes. You're just going to hold it here, finding breath. And then bring your hands onto the floor, bringing yourself back up. We're going to heel to the foot over, stop in the center. Take the hips back, flex the right foot. Now we're going to be stretching right underneath that right leg. So flexing the foot. When your foot is flexed, use the resistance of your mat and just bring your right hip back a little bit more. You'll find that intensifies all down through the right leg. Keep the belly in, chest up. And now just lengthen through the crown of the head and let your chest stretch you to your toes. Very intense stretch underneath your right leg. Keep the chin up and chest stretching forward. Try not to let the right hip slide too much forward. We're keeping it in line with the left hip. So again, slide it back a little bit. We're going to come back to these postures just here later in the class as we're much more warmed up, and we're going to add pigeon. So just to set your mind on that. But now from here, let's place the hands beside you. Sink up down into that right knee. We're going to round the back toes, and we're going to come back to our 3-point dog. So lift the left knee. Your right foot is going to go back and up. We're stretching back. Good. Bend your knee, and again, open your hip right. Opening these hips. Now we're going to look forward and step all the way forward again with the right foot. We're going to open from here, warrior 2. So back foot is angled to the left-hand side. Inhale, arms all the way up. So my back is turned toward you. My right knee is in front. Sink deep. Make sure your right knee is stretching straight forward as you bend into it and not coming over to the left. You want to keep that right hip open, chest high. Gaze over the front fingers and connect with your breath. Keep belly in, full pubic bone forward, so towards the left side of the room, and sink deep into that front knee. We're going to round all the way down here. Now stay in your high lunge. Back leg is going to stay up here. We're going to bring the arms up for crescent. Inhale, arms up. You can come to the knee. That is there for you. Otherwise, stay high on the back leg. Make sure your back toe, you're high on the toes. Try not to stretch the heel back, but stretch forward and sink hips low. We're going to bring the left hand down, revolve side angle. Right fingertips stretch up, belly in. Keep light by stretching up through the right fingertips. From here, we're going back to warrior 2. So right through it and sink. Deep into that right hip. Right knee pulls over to the right so that it's not towards the big toe. You want to straight directly forward. Now from here, we're not going to come down. We're just going to go straight into our crescent. So round forward and arms up. Good job. Let's bring both hands down and kick me off of the back foot, meet at the top of the mat, upper body folds on thighs. Slowly we roll all the way up. Chin comes up very last. And hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Bend the knees, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. Right foot steps back, left foot steps back. We're in our high plank. We're going to stay up in this one now. If you need to, you can come to your knees through your chaturanga. Otherwise, let's shift forward, elbows in, and slowly lower down. From here, we're going to go to up dog. Feet flat, lift all the way up. Chest up, chin up, shoulders down. Round through, and come to down dog. Stretch the hips back. Let's let left leg stretch up and back, lengthen. Make yourself light. Bend your knee, and let's open left. Left heel drops behind you. Keep stretching through the left knee and opening more. Let's bring it back to center. We're going to look forward and step all the way to the front. We're going to stay here for a minute in the high lunge. Contracting that right thigh. High on the toes. Belly engaged. And now let's bring the right knee down. Sink forward. Pull your pubic bone towards the left heel. Find how that creates space. So Chandra, you want to be down on the right knee. There you go. Yep, and we're leaning into that left hip. Stretching all through the right side. So when we're in our hips, a lot of times we forget how much this is really doing to the leg that's behind us. So now let's heel toe that left foot over, coming onto the inside. Right palm stays on the floor. We're going to put the left hand on the knee, press the knee away from you, and look to the ceiling. Keep pubic bone pressed forward as you twist. And we'll come back to center. Stay here. Sink as deeply as you can. We're going to come down to the right elbow first this side. Stay there if you need it. You can also stay on the palms. And then if you can, left elbow comes down, and we're going to hold it here for a moment. Connect with breath on your breathing. As you're breathing, breathe, inhale, press the belly out. Slowly and deeply, feel how the breath opens and expands the hip. Exhale, melt a little deeper. Inhale, press the belly out. And release. I'm going to bring the hands up. Let's heel toe the foot back to center. And now we're just going to straighten the front leg and flex the left foot. Using the resistance of the mat, pull the left hip back a little bit. We want to open up to the opposite side typically. You want to keep those hips side by side. Stretching really deeply underneath the left leg. Take a deep breath, stretch the spine. And as you exhale, lead with your chest to toes. Deep breath. And stretch forward. Okay, now from here we're going to that 3-point here on the left. So round your toes, press palms into the mat, and left leg stretches up and back. Just take your time. We're going to open the hip again. Bend the knee and open hip left. Look forward. We're stepping all the way through. And we're coming to warrior 2 here on the left side, on the right side, left knee forward. Making sure that the knee is stacked over the foot. You're not too much forward with that knee. Sink the hips low and chest stays lifted. Pubic bone pulls forward toward the direction of the torso. But you're looking now, gaze over left fingertips, chest up. Breathe, opening that left hip. Let's come all the way down. Plant the palms. We're going to go up into crescent. Inhale, arms up. High on the back toes, sink deep. Chest stays lifted. From here, let's open warrior 2. We're going back to crescent straight from here. Stay high on the toes. Bring the hands down. We're going back to the top. Kick out off the foot. Toes and heels touch. Upper body on thigh. Slowly we're rolling all the way up. And hands to heart center. Inhale, arms out and wide. Bend the knees, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sink your hips, weight in the heels. We're going to chair. Inhale, arms up. Weight in the heels and hips back. And fold. We're going to do that again. So just relax here, upper body on thigh. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, chair. Maybe a little lower. Exhale, fold. We're going to do one more. Inhale, chair. And fold. Lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Go through your vinyasa. You can step or jump back through chaturanga and just meet me in down dog. And now right leg stretches up and back. Let's open hip, bend the knee, and open. Look forward, step all the way forward, coming into warrior 2. Back on the right hand with the left hand side, right knee in front. Let's come all the way down. Open right. Revolve side angle. Good. Back all the way to warrior 2. We're going to crescent. Inhale, arms up. From here, we're going to bring the hands down. We're going to kick off the back foot. I'm moving just so you can see me. And we're going to come to a grounded warrior 3. We're going to open to the right, to the left for half moon. Right hand stays on the mat or a block. And you're going to open the hips and left fingertips go up. Stretch the fingertips to try to stack your hips. Breathe. Keep lifting up through the fingertips. We're stepping back to our crescent, all the way back to the back of the mat, and inhale, arms up. Deep into that right hip. Bring your hands down. We're going 3-point, right leg stretches up and back. Bend the knee, open hip right. Come all the way through, back to the top, left foot meets, fold on thighs, inhale, lift halfway flat back, exhale, fold, inhale, arms all the way up, bend the knees, exhale, fold. We're going through our vinyasa, inhale, lift halfway, exhale, fold, step or jump. We're going to meet in down dog. Awesome. Left leg stretches up and back. Bend the knee and open left. Look forward, step all the way forward, and we're opening warrior two. Hold it here, sink deep, a little deeper. Good. Let's round all the way down. Right hand stays, open left. Back to warrior two. From here, crescent. Facing forward, sink deep. From here is where we're bringing our hands down and go into that grounded warrior three. Some hands down. Keep off that back foot. I'm shifting so I can stay in the frame of the computer. Left hand stays down and we're opening right. Try to stack the hips. Bring your hands down. We're going back to the crescent. Inhale, arms up. Both hands down. Left leg comes back. 3-point. Open that hip again, left. We'll meet at the top of the mat. Look forward, all the way forward. Toes and heels touch. Bend the knees, upper body on thighs. Inhale, lift halfway flat back. Exhale, fold, and inhale, arms all the way up. Let's meet at the top. Stretch fingertips forward, up, pubic bone forward, and hands to heart center. Toes and heels touch. Inhale, arms up. Bend the knees, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Going through our vinyasa, palms to the mat, step or jump. Meet in down dog. Right leg stretches up and back. Now, every time you want to get deeper, more open in that hip. Bend the knee and open hip right. Look forward, step all the way forward. Warrior two. We're going to reverse the warrior now, sinking deep into that front leg. Your left hand can slide down or wrap around or reverse this warrior. Keep your chest lifted. Sink deep into that front knee. And back to warrior two. We're going to go to our side and revolve side angle. Right hand up. We're going straight into crescent. Inhale, arms up. Both hands down, back to our 3-point. Open hip right. Look forward, step forward. We're going to go to that, the half moon, kicking off the back leg. Open right, open left. Just step toes and heels to touch. Bend the knees. Inhale, chair. Sink low. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Go through your vinyasa. Meet in down dog. Left side, left leg stretches up and back. Bend the knee, open left. Come through, step all the way forward. Inhale, warrior two. Now we're going to reverse the warrior. Slide the hand or wrap around the low back. Reverse your warrior. Keep hips pushing forward. And back to warrior two. Coming all the way down, inside of the foot, open left. The revolve side angle. Right into crescent. Inhale, arms up. Both hands down, kicking off the back foot, coming up for our half moon. Open. Good job. Both hands down, feet touch, bend the knees, inhale, chair. And fold. Lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Go through your vinyasa, meet in down dog. All right, stretching back. We're going to actually come to our first child's pose. So bend the knees, bring the knees wide, big toes touch. We're not finished with standing stuff yet, so don't get too excited. The toes touch, hips go back, and upper body long. Now that we have the hips really warmed up, our body warm, I'm going to move you through this child's pose. Child's pose, very relaxing it is, but it also is great for opening the hips. So as the knees go wide, tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling. As you lengthen the upper body forward, the hips go to heels. Keep the belly in. You're creating space and stretch through the spine, but also lots of opening in those hips. So nuzzle your hips down to your heels, letting the hips open, the low back open. And we're going to connect with breath. So we're opening through the low back, through your hips. So on your inhales, I want you to press belly out and expand. So you're breathing breath into the space. I want you to feel how the breath moves and creates more space and opening. On your exhale, I want you to let the body just melt. Feel how the breath creates space. The exhale allows more space for the body to melt into. So let's do it. Deep breath. Inhale through your nose slowly as you press your belly out. Maximum expansion. Breathing in, hold it at the max. And as you exhale, let go. And let the hips go more towards heels. We're going to do 3 more breaths like that. I want you to get deeper and feel the expansion every time. Deep breath, inhale through the nose. Pressing the belly out. Exhale, let the hips go even deeper. You might have to even shift your hands more forward as you're going deeper, finding more space. Let the body expand. Inhale, last deepest breath, belly out. And exhale, completely release. Let your body go to the max. All right, here walk your hands over to the right. All the way to the right. You can walk all the way off of the mat. And we'll connect with the breath here. Now we're on the left side. Deep breath, press the belly out. And exhale, let the left hip go even more towards the heel. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Once more, inhale. And release. Let's all walk back to center. Stretch forward. And then all the way over to the left. So all the way down the right side body now. Deep breath, inhale, press the belly out, extend. Pressing out through the rib cage. And exhale, release. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Deep breath, inhale, last one. And exhale, release. Let's come back to center. Slide your hands back. So we've been into the hips. We're going to lift the knees, lift the hips up. So just lean forward a little bit. We've been into the hips and we're going to stay there. We're going to come into frog. So opening the knees much wider, as wide as you can. The feet turn out. So you want the hips to stay over the knees. So if you lean too much forward, you lose the stretch. If you lean too much back, it's very intense. So you want to stay right over the knees and let the knees open wide. We're going to stay here for a moment, and as we do, gravity is going to pull us a little bit more down. I'm not going to stay too long, but if you do need anything besides just your elbows, you can get your blanket or a pillow or a bolster type and just relax the upper body on it. The biggest thing people do is they tend not to feel anything by leaning too much forward, or way too much by leaning back and then just need to come out of the posture. Try to keep just the body relaxed as it can as we find these postures that aren't very comfortable. Our body wants to contract. We really just want to try to let that go so that we can continue to open. Stretching deep in the hips. I want us to connect with breath. Don't run away from the breath. When we breathe deeply, sometimes more sensation, we feel more of the uncomfortable sensation. Just exhale and let that go. Try not to run away from it. So as you inhale, press belly out, deep breath through the nose, inhale. Exhale, release. So as you breathe, breathe the breath into the pelvic region, deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Again, deep breath, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Alrighty, you want to come out of this very gently. So just slide the heels toward one another. Bring the hands back, walk yourself gently in. And then when you can come right back, knees up a little bit. When we come out of the postures, when you're actually going to feel it more, and just sink back into your child's pose. And then slide palms back. Bring the knees in. Back to our tabletop position. Round your toes, deep breath, inhale, lift hips high. Back to our down dog. Right leg stretches up and back. Bend the knee, open. See how our hips feel differently than they did when we started. Look forward, step all the way forward. Inhale, warrior two. Let's reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two. Right, coming all the way down, left hand inside, right arm up, revolve side angle. From here, crescent, inhale, arms up. Sink into that knee. Both hands down. Let's bring the back knee down. We're going back to where we started here. Sink deep into that front leg. Pull the pubic bone towards the heel. We're going to come inside the foot and heel toe the foot all the way over to the right. Left hand stays on the mat. Brush your right knee away. Bring your hands back down. We're going back to the center, heel to the foot. Flex the right foot. Pull a little bit, right hip back to keep the two hips side by side. I hope you feel that difference that it makes. Stomach in, take a deep breath, lengthen. Exhale, stretch chest to toes. Not only are you deeply in that underneath of the right leg, right across from one hip to the other, right across the low back, right at the top of the hips. From here, we're going to go into that pigeon I promised you. So come forward and heel toe the foot all the way over to the left. And we're just going to sink hips forward. Keep your left hip forward. Now, as you need to, bring the heel into the center line of the body. But we need to keep the left hip forward. We're trying not to roll over to the right. Hips stay forward. Keep the chest lifted for right now. Try to bring left hip more forward. Take a deep breath. We're in that right hip, stretching through the left hip flexor. And then as you can bring the body down or stay up. It's totally up to you. Let's connect with breath. Inhale through the nose, press belly out. Breathe into that right hip, let it expand. Exhale, let it melt. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Last one, deep breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Let's bring our palms back to the floor. We're going to go back into our 3-point dog here. Round your left toes, press palms into the mat. Right leg stretches back and up. Good job. Bend your knee, let's open hips right. Look all the way forward. We're going to our grounded warrior 3 for our half moon. So up we go and open left. Toes and heels touch, just meet at the top. We're going to skip chair. Let the body rest. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Stretch to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Go through your vinyasa, knee and down dog. Left leg stretches back and up. Bend the knee, open left. Look forward, step all the way forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Back to warrior 2. Coming all the way down. Revolve side angle, left arm up. From here, we're going to crescent. Inhale, arms up. And now we're just going to bring that right knee down. Sinking forward, left hand side. Scoop the pubic bone towards the heel, chest up. We're going to come inside of the left foot, heel toe the foot all the way over. Left hand onto the knee, press the knee away from you, and look up. Come back to center. Let's heel toe the foot back to the middle. And we're sinking hips back. Flex that left foot. Now bring the left hip back to meet the right. Chest stays lifted. Deep breath. And chest to toes. From here, we're going into our pigeon. So let's come back up, go to the foot all the way over to the left. And we're sinking forward. Keep the right hip forward, so we're not rolling over to the left. You bring the left heel into the center line of the body. As you need to, right leg extends. Connect with breath and let the left hip open. Stay with your chest lifted, or you can bring your elbows down. Just trying to keep forward with the right hip. Let's take our breath. Deep breath, inhale, press belly out. Now stay there, I'm just coming towards the screen. And exhale, let it release. Deeper into that hip. Deep breath, inhale, press belly out. Let the hip expand. Exhale, release. Last one, deep breath, belly out. And release. So bring your palms back to the floor. We're going back to our 3-point round the back toes, palms in, left leg stretches up and back. Look forward, step forward. We're going into our half moon. Kick off the back foot and open right. Bring toes and heels to touch, meet at the top, upper body on thighs. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold, stay here, bend the knees, and just sink all the way down. Forehead can come to knees, and then hips to the mat. Lie all the way down and bring these into your chest and round the spine. Little circular motions in one direction and then the other. Let's keep the right knee in, extend your left leg. Pull your right knee towards you. Even more into that right hip. What a lovely way to begin your Easter morning. Doing some stretching, getting deep into those big tight hip areas. Let's go over to the left. Just a spine twist here. Right arm extends. We're stretching through the outside of the right hip. Take a deep breath again. Press belly out. Exhale, release. Let's come back to center. Press full knee in. Both legs come up. We're going to hold the left and extend the right. And drop your left leg over to the right. Extend your left arm out. Then come back to center. Pull the knee in. Let both knees come up. Give yourself a big hug. Forehead to knees. And extend your legs down. Stretch out. Palms face up. Savasana. Then we'll bring the arms over the head, lengthen in both directions. Pull the belly in, maybe arch in the low back. And let's roll over to either side. We're making our way to a seated position. Press yourself up. And we will end the way we started. So sitting tall. Spine stretches up, shoulders relax. 3 deep inhales, we'll do it together, bringing the arms over our head. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Once more, inhale, arms up. Stretch with the fingertips, bring your palms together, hands to heart center. Namaste.